Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to the Planet Crafter. We left off last time, just exploring some things and kind of planning out what was going to happen next, because a lot's kind of happening at once here, and it's a little overwhelming, so I've just kind of taken the liberty to do some things off camera. Not a ton, but just a little. Ooh, a rare. Nice. So I replaced the golden seeds, obviously, last time, but then I also have now unlocked some more tree seeds, and I'm currently in the process of upgrading to the Tree Spreader Mark IIs, or the Spreader Tier 2s, which is what those four are, and those four Tree Spreader Tier 2s are going to have some pretty advanced tree seeds in them, now that I've started unlocking more. The first of which was actually the Humilora, which is a 215 with the Orema seeds, and then the other one is the Amora, which is 400% with the Volnus seeds, which one of has just now finished, which is quite nice. And I can make 3 of them, so I'm going to make 3 of them. And I feel like that's actually rather good for us, because that is going to take the plants and the oxygen as well, and just skyrocket it, because this is 1950 and 150 per second, whereas the construction menu filter, take that off, is going to be 920, so that is quite a good difference. What is that? That is a large singular meteorite. What the heck is that? What is that? What material have you brought to me? Pulsar quartz. That was a pulsar quartz meteor. Oh my gosh, there's tons. No, it's underneath the lake. What? I didn't know that was a thing. I thought they got rid of that. I thought they put in the patch notes like a long time ago that they got rid of that. Man, I'm so glad that I was recording. And I literally just started too, that's the thing. Oh my gosh, that's 8 already. And I'm sure that there's more that's just like buried underneath of the rocks here. Anyway, the construction menu filter filters out all of the lower tier objects underneath, and then I also have the deconstruction blueprint chip tier 2 now as well, so we'll actually be able to go through, and that's what I was gonna do next, but holy cow! That was just one extra thick meteor that was just filled to the brim. Literally to the brim with pulsar quartz. That is 9 pulsar quartz for a single meteor strike. That's quite nice. That is quite nice. And then stick that in there. That's gonna get us some very, very nice trees. And then put this one in there, and we'll have 2 more here very, very soon. Now, the 2 rockets that I unlocked last time, one of which was the GPS satellite tier 4, the other is the drone informations rocket, of which I would like both, but I understand only having the one. So if I deconstruct technical debris, oh, yep. Yep, that is circuit boards. I kind of had a feeling that deconstructing with the microchip tier 2, since they're like server racks and stuff, would end up giving me technology, stuff like that, aka circuit boards. So yeah, there we go. That's a way to get mass amounts of circuit boards pretty quickly. I'm just gonna go around off camera and do that, in all honesty, because I feel like that would be really boring to just have me go globe-trotting for a little bit, and then just kind of being like, yeah, no, this wreck had some, and 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 I feel like that would just get rather annoying. So I'm not gonna do that. Looks like I'm gonna end up needing their own chest for that. Looks like I'm gonna need a chest specifically for the pulsar quartz as well. Holy crap. I don't even know where I would put it. That's another thing that I really want to do is like rework our storage system, especially with the giant room that we have now, the 4x4 compartment. I feel like that would be very nice to have. Oops. Pulsar quartz. Nice. Give me this, that. Now we also have the outdoor farm. Like I said, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots happening at once. Is there anything else that I wanted to do right now? Well, we have the silk generator. The silk generator will let us make fabric, but I don't really think that that's super necessary. The outdoor farm, on the other hand, is a way, way better alternative to the Food Grower Tier 2. It grows way more fruit or vegetables, I guess, rather, per thing than anything else. So that's 100% what we'll... And then I can also send up the GPS satellite Tier 4, and we can get the map again. GPS satellite Tier 4 is 2 circuit boards, rocket engine, 2 super alloy rods, and a rocket engine. And then also the compass microchip. There it goes. Show me the goods. Wow, that's basically the entirety of the map. Oh, it is the entirety of the map, because now I can scroll. So that's off the edge of the map. We can see... W, A, S, and D don't work for it. That's a shame. Neither does the scroll wheel. But we can see our little thing there. We can see the ring. I feel like we can see Rex. Just not well. Like, we can see that one a little bit. That one's huge, so obviously we can see that. For some reason, we can't see the big ol' sanctuary that's over there. I find that a little bit odd. And it looks like the map is bugging out a little bit here as well. Because this is the sand dunes, and then the stuff on top of the sand dunes. Or no, rather, no, sorry. This is the stuff on top of the sand dunes. And then this right here is the sand dunes. That's right. So we can see the entirety of the map now. And you can see where all of the different locations are. The osmium cave that we have our miner in. The zeolite cave, which is the only one on the map. The pulsar quartz cave is over here as well, but we can't actually mine pulsar quartz with those, unfortunately. I really wish we could. Super alloy, the 2 uranium on the opposite sides of the map from each other. The 1 spot for aluminum, at least exclusively aluminum. Apparently there's another sulfur thing over here, and then there's iridium, osmium, osmium, osmium. There's actually 3 for osmium, and 3 for sulfur, which I find very interesting when there's only 2 for iridium. And then 2 for uranium, of course, 1 for zeolite, 1 for super alloy, which is very, very nice. So that's actually really awesome that we have that as an ability now, and we can see our map information rockets and everything on here and our satellite, which is still really neat to see all of them orbiting. I really do quite appreciate. Apart from that, there was, I think, one thing that I didn't get to last episode that I wanted to, which was an exploration thing. So after this finishes, I'm gonna go plant those, and I will meet you over at the location that I kind of found last time. Well, I was not expecting it to be underwater. So it's a really good thing that I got myself the components for a base, because having this whole oxygen filter thing doesn't help when it's underwater. But it was this cave. I found this cave while I was exploring around. I think it is just an osmium sulfur cave, but I mean, osmium and sulfur are still rather good for us and good to us. So I would like to... That's pulsar quartz. Oh my gosh. It is not just an osmium cave. It is a osmium pulsar quartz cave. Oh, I'm 100% glad that I decided to come over here anyway. I'm so happy. And the pulsar quartz just kind of like clings to things in a specific way like that. It's kind of nice how it glows super obviously out here. Obviously the osmium is also very, very handy. The osmium will be much more of a necessity here very, very soon. Whereas it's kind of not right now, you know, if that makes sense. I actually think I'm even gonna put the sulfur back because of how little it matters. You know, like the sulfur we can go get somewhere else. We can set up a mine for that. And then eventually, once we unlock drones, we can have it just automatically sent back to our house. It's great. It's literally like a whole thing. It's awesome. Gosh, the pulsar quartz, it calls to me. And yes, there is a reason why I'm keeping the iron on me. That will be apparent very shortly. This was the one thing that I wanted to check out, and then there is one other thing over here that I want to... So let me set up another temporary base, move this one over, and I will be right back. It's literally like right over there somewhere. Turns out this one's also underwater, but there was an abandoned base here that I saw, again, while I was just out doing things one day. This guy's got a fusion reactor? And I can't take it? Seriously? It's been 6 months since the crash. I'm barely surviving. My main goal is to build a rocket and leave this place forever. This planet is cursed. I can feel it. I'll have to go back to the crash site. I think there's a secret room in the control bay. A decoupled wall somewhere near the screens. It's been a while. I can hardly remember. I don't remember where this guy came from, but I'm pretty sure that I, you know, did everything that I could in all of the wrecks that I've been to so far. Oh, okay. I thought he would have more here, so that's good. That means that this episode won't be super duper long and drawn out, kind of like the last one was. The last one was rather lengthy. Sorry about that. All the plant seeds can go over here because I have so many plant seeds right now. It's actually a bit ridiculous. And then these guys too can all stay here. So can the oxygen. And that is a full inventory, so I get to head back home. I don't think that I have seen anything else that requires my attention. That's the satellite. The satellite is down there. This little puddle. I didn't realize all these fill up with water over time. But I don't think that there's anywhere else for me to go in terms of exploration yet, apart from the new biome from the amphibian and space trading update, which is not yet unlocked. I think it starts melting at 45 GTI or something along those lines. So we're not going to be able to head over to there for a decent length of time, but that is totally, totally cool with me. We've got lots of stuff to work on in the meantime. So I'm gonna go formulate a bit of a game plan here and see more butterfly larvae. See exactly what needs our attention and exactly what needs to be done in what order. That's mostly gonna concern being over here. So I'll see you shortly. So I've planned out a small game plan, and the first step of which was to actually go on ahead and invest in these Food grower tier 2s, which will now be growing our wonderful squash out here and our wonderful mushrooms over on the other one in the darkness, of course, because mushrooms like the dark. And then repurpose everything upstairs to grow eggplants instead, as eggplants are necessary for fertilizers, and fertilizers are a very, very large part of the end game. We need lots of fertilizers and fertilizer tier 2s. You can see I had a bunch after I got back from that lovely journey that we went on, and they're pretty much already all gone. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. In the meantime as well, I'm going to go on ahead and grab myself some of this in order to make another fusion reactor, because we are going to start running out of power, and the fusion reactors do wonderful things for my power grid overall. See, look at that. They make basically 1,500 power each, which is about 10 times that of actually, of the entirety of my solar panel tier 2s. I did not notice that. That's quite comedic, actually, if I'm being completely honest. That is quite comedic. Other than that, in terms of things to do this episode, we're gonna do the silk generator, because it's just water, zeolite, and an oxygen capsule, of which I have plenty. Water, oxygen capsule, I have so much zeolite, it's not even funny. But then we also need those silkworms, which are bacteria sample, uncommon larva, and the fertilizers. So, yep, that's right. More fertilizers down the drain. Bacteria samples as well, but the bacteria samples aren't that bad. They're actually pretty... And it was 3 uncommon larvas as well. And it says that it's gonna not tell me what it is, but I already know what it is, so that's totally fine. It should also be noted that putting a butterfly or something else into the recyclotron here will actually return you the components of which you utilize to create it. So if you want to upgrade a seed from, like, say, the Aledius to one of these over here, the Amora, all you have to do is just plop it right on in, and you are good to go. And it'll just give you everything back. You can redo it with the different seed, and you'll be totally fine. The water wildlife collector is going to take a long time for us to get to. We have maxed out the heat tree, so there's really no point in doing anything more with the heat at this moment in time. The pressure tree, on the other hand, will eventually get us the ore extractor tier 3, and the ore extractor tier 3 allows the user to select what it wants to get out of the ore extractor. So right now, the ore extractor tier 2s that I have just kind of like placed around in different areas, like I've got one placed in this osmium cave. It will get osmium, but it will also get iron, silica, all the other things, versus with the ore extractor tier 3, it will have the ability to get us more than just that, which is quite nice. For that purpose, I would really like the drill tier 5, but that is way up there. And that's not really something that's gonna be able to happen for a decent length of time, so I'm probably just going to get some more drill tier 4s, and then eventually that will get us up to the ore extractor tier 3, and with the ore extractor tier 3 we'll be able to use the drone station as well to, you know, move things around and help us out in that regard. In all honesty, apart from the silkworms here, which I will go on ahead and finish up off camera because it's going to take a hot minute, we will probably end up ending today with the silk generator and just seeing what all that has to offer us and just having, you know, its own little place for it. And then next time I will be able to pick up after doing some, which, you know, off-camera stuff is something that always has to happen, especially when you're a content creator with a very limited time. It's golden butterflies too, man. These are awesome. I'm so glad that we went and found that. I am so glad that we went and found that. I really am. What did I just unlock, by the way? There's the butterfly display box. Also, I'm dying because I forgot to drink water. Place a butterfly larva inside to see it on display. That is something that we will also probably do at some point, is we'll just have like a display room for a bunch of things. But for right now, that's not super important. So let me finish sequencing this, and then I will be back. And that is the last of the silkworms to come out and make us our wonderful full silk generator. Look at them. Look at them doing their thing. Little silk. So these will generate silk, and then the silk... Come on, let me out. The silk will allow us to head over here to the biolab and make fabric. Also let us make different things along the line. Specifically, the Waterlife Wild Collector utilizes silk in the recipe. And we are currently in the process of upgrading our oxygen production. Our oxygen production is rather high at... What is that? 1.4 million parts per quadrillion per second. So that would end up being parts per quadrillion, parts per trillion, 1.4 parts per billion per second, which means 0.0014 parts per million per second, which is why every 10 seconds or so that pops up again. There it goes. So that's good to know. Our heat is a little bit lackluster, our pressure even more so, and that would be because we only have 6 drill tier 4s and 6 heater tier 4s, versus we have 8 flower spreader tier 2s, 14 food growers, the butterfly dome, 4 tree spreader tier 2s, a couple of other tree spreader tier 1s, a couple of food grower tier 2s. We've got a lot of things. Our algae generators as well, our beehives too. We've got a couple of things that are doing really, really good things for us in the oxygen department, and we only have 6 of each in the pressure and the biomass department. I feel as though I should also go on ahead and show off, where are my bees? There's one. Give me my honey. Give me my honey. Honey is something that is also a little bit more important down the line, but for right now, it lets us make these things called high-quality foods. And the high-quality foods restore a lot of health, so they are quite nice to have in supplements to just beans, because eating just beans makes me gassy, and that's gross. So, our forest is also coming along pretty nicely, so I very much appreciate that. Other than that, though, I don't really have anything for today's episode specifically, so that is going to be it for now. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. But without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys next one. Later, y'all.